Hey, Steve Corey, stevecoreyconsulting.com, and today I would like to talk to you about the elephant in the room. What I mean by that is there's something that's going on in small businesses around the U.S., but very few people are actually talking about it, and far fewer of those are even interested in the subject. What I want to get at is this: 500,000 and 3.7%. The 500,000 represents how many small businesses are started in America every single year. The 3.7% is how many of those businesses are left over at the end of a 10-year period, the survivors. Now, I'm not saying that these guys are absolutely, totally successful, but they've survived the 10-year period. Now, at first glance, we'd think, these people that are getting the 3.7% here, they need more information to become more successful, right? But there's something that's very, very interesting to me. Going back 20 years ago, now this is before the internet, the statistics for small business success and failure was 80% failed, 20% succeeded. We know that. We hear it all the time. But here's the interesting part. Today, with all the world's information at our fingertips, the statistic is still what? 80-20. 80% are still failing, 20% are succeeding. Now, if it was only information-based, this statistic wouldn't be so. So my question to you is this: why aren't more entrepreneurs curious about this subject matter? Why aren't we more concerned about the statistics here? Now, if we take it a little bit closer to home, here's something that might make a little bit more sense. Let's say that we have 100 people. 100 people that are going to start out on an expedition across Antarctica, whatever you want to say. So these people take off on their expedition, they go over the mountains, they do all their thing, they come to their final destination, and 20 of those people are left over. 80% perished, unfortunately, 20 are left over. Now those that are left over, those 20, are going to come home. So they come back over the mountains and they arrive. And now there's 4 people. 4 people out of the original 100 actually survived. Now when you put it in that perspective, you start understanding, like, man, this is a serious matter. I mean, I know that if I was going to take that expedition, I would want to know all the reasons why those people perished. But we don't do that as entrepreneurs, and here's what happens. We start thinking to ourselves, I'm smarter, right? I'm smarter than those people that are failing. I'm not going to be a statistic. Or I'm more passionate about my business. Or my widget is far superior to those. Well, that's not necessarily true. All these people that failed weren't stupid people. They weren't dispassionate people. They weren't people that are lazy. A lot of them were very smart, hardworking, passionate, yet they still failed. Now, a football coach from a long time ago named Bryant, he had a really amazing quote. It goes like this. Coach Bryant said this: "It's not the will to win that matters. Everyone has that. It's the will to prepare to win that matters." So what Coach Bryant's talking about is that we all have the will to win, right? We all have that fire, that passion. We all want to win. But the thing about it is, so few of us actually prepare to win. And I think a lot of that's because we don't understand what's required of us. Well, here's what I do. Let me show you something right now. What you're looking at right now, this is the exact framework that I take all my consulting clients through. You, your market, your marketing, your people, and your systems. But look right in the middle. What is right dead center? It's you. Now, this is where a lot of us go wrong. And a lot of the problem is in today's world, we're being bombarded with all these stories of people with Rolex watches and Ferraris and big houses and showing all their money and promising you and promising me that they can take us from, $25,000 to $1 million in gross sales in our businesses in 1 week's time if we buy their system, if we follow their system. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Most of the time, I'm not saying that there aren't some amazing tactics and strategies out there. There are. But here's where we mess up. We don't look inwardly and say, the number one thing we need to do is we need to build margin within ourselves. We need to build mental, physical, emotional, spiritual energy so that we have the reserves to reallocate to those tactics and strategies that will take us to the next level in our business. But there's a definite plan of doing this, a definite way to do it. So in the next videos to come, that's what I'm going to focus on with you. I'm going to focus on, and we're going to get to the tactics. We're going to get to Facebook advertising best practices, YouTube, SEO, sales funnels, all kinds of different things, autoresponders for email, all the stuff that you definitely do need to understand to take your business to that $1 billion mark in sales. but that's not where we need to lead out. So the next 8 videos or so that I'm going to be putting out are all going to be based around the framework of building margin within yourself. Again, I refer to margin as mental, physical, emotional energy, having those reserves so that you can reinvest them into those tactics and strategies. I mean, let's face it, how many times have you bought a course or set out to learn something only to become frustrated and discouraged because you're burnt out? You've already got too much on your plate. We need to alleviate some of that stress, build some margin, and then start working on those tactics and strategies. You may not even completely agree with what I'm saying because inwardly it's counterintuitive, right? We want to go out there, we want to find that instant pudding. We want to find something right now that's going to change our circumstances forever. And people are preying upon that. So what I'm asking you to do is trust the process. I have nothing to gain here. I'm giving this to you for free. But if you listen to what I'm saying, I will guarantee you that it's going to change your life and your business. So anyways, thank you for taking the time to listen. This video has been kind of short. It's basically just a lead-in to what's to come. So I look forward to seeing you on the next video.